What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Poolside Chat. My name is Todd, and I have the best video that is going to hit my channel yet. We are finally going to hit the last match in the round robin for the Ultimate Pool USA KC Open, where I got to play none other than Shane Thompson, the pro out of the UK. If you don't know who he is, go watch Ultimate Pool on YouTube. I'm telling you, this guy is amazing. But I will also say, a little bit of precursor, this was some of the best pool I feel like I have also played. So when I was thinking about how I'm going to do the video, you kind of think about the content side long before you actually get to actually doing it. So when I started thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I feel like this would be a great opportunity to get Lil Chris on a regular video, not just a live stream, so we can go over the video, go through the match, and just talk about everything that he's been coaching me on and little tips and tricks he's given me through live streams and virtual, we'll call it, training matches and whatnot. So anyway, I'm excited. I don't want to waste any more time because you want to see this. All right, so like I said, we are going to be bringing on little Chris. Chris, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the training you've done with me, and this video, this match is going to be fun. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So, thank you.
Well, thanks for having me, Todd. When you contacted me and told me that you wanted me to co-commentate on this one here because you think this portrays a lot of the stuff that I've talked to you about in previous live streams and even some offline coaching sessions that we've done. So I'm really looking forward to checking this out to see that I can actually have that kind of an effect on a player remotely. Because it's not like we've ever done like an actual true one-on-one session where we're in the same room. I'm kind of just explaining theories and ways to do things, and you've been able to replicate them on the table. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I want to try to see if I can actually pinpoint certain areas where it might be something that I know that I've mentioned to you before. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Well, now the pressure's on. This match better be great. So, as I mentioned, we are playing Shane Thompson, one of the top pros in Ultimate Pool UK. And I mean, this guy's an absolute beast, not just on the table, but he's a big dude. Not like I'm huge myself, but he lagged for the first break. We both lagged terribly. Can we start with that?
Lag?
So this is brand new cloth, and yeah, the speed was a little bit off. Shane won the lag, therefore he gets the break. And I will say, the thing that impressed me the most is his breaks were so consistent. I absolutely loved it. But made a ball. It is open after the break. Looks like he's going to start with a 2-ball here.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's skid or if it was just a flat miss, but either way, it's open. I will take it. So
now, for this being an Ultimate Pool tournament, it's slightly different from your league play, right? Because I noticed you don't have the iPad timer.
Yep.
I know you still have a shot clock, right?
No.
Or no? Oh,
no.
Really? Okay.
So this is straight. Let me pause it right there. No, this is a straight race to 6, but you are just playing the rule set of Ultimate. There is no. They do recommend, you know what? They do recommend staying within a 30-second shot clock, but there is no match clock. There is no shot clock. If somebody is being, over the top with slow play, you can call a ref over to watch it. But no, it is just straight race to 6 Ultimate rules.
6 or 5? I see 5.
I'm sorry, straight race to 5.
Okay.
Yeah, straight race to 5. The the Iowa Open was a race to 6. With Kansas City, we had so many people because they upped it from 128 all the way to 192 players. They had to shorten the races to speed up the tournament.
Okay.
So, with all that said, I did choose solids. I went ahead and took his plan. Got a little bit of a love bump on the 8. So I think, if I remember correct, I can still see the 3.
Good shot.
Little over ball.
Does the 8 ball fit in between those two stripes?
It does. To the
okay.
top right pocket, we'll call it. Yes. Once the 5's moved, yes, it does. But one thing I noticed in my own play for this whole tournament, I really slowed down and really kind of thought about a lot of things. Yes, there's supposed to be a 30-second shot clock. Because they didn't actually have it in effect, I was trying to take my time and make sure I was not making any just gross errors for no reason.
I mean, I think that's good. Typically, I don't play with the shot clock as an amateur, and I'm usually advising that you try to be very thorough with the way you try to come up with patterns or plans or just your strategy in general. So to watch you walk over to the end rail table to observe all 3 of your balls, I think was good to figure out how are you actually going to run these last 3 and then get on the 8.
Yeah. So I was thinking go top with the 1 ball, just get underneath the, I think that's a 10 ball there. Got a little bit more spin than I wanted. Big shocker. I still overspin it, but
this is the key move. If you don't hit this move, you're liable to lose the rack.
I was actually trying to crash into it a little bit. I was trying to move it. Double check and make sure it's not gonna scratch like off the 14 or something stupid. But Ultimate Pool, don't have to call the 8 ball.
What a shot.
Good little table run to start.
Is that really classified as a table run?
Yeah, because
your opponent shot once.
He missed the first shot.
Okay, I would have thought a table run is classified as your opponent breaks dry and then you come to the table and run it. That's what I thought a table run would be.
Possibly.
Hey, your opponent does a head-on break. You're doing the second ball break.
Yeah. It is 8 on the spot, so the balls do move quite a bit differently, but I still keep with my second ball break because it's what I'm comfortable with for the most part. So now we get our first real glimpse of Shane. What do you like?
I'm looking at Shane's mannerisms. I didn't even bother looking at the table. I loved how he did the snooker style chalking. He's got his stick right in it, and he's just he's looking at you, asking questions, and that's all I was looking at before I even looked at the table.
I'm telling you, every British player does that. You watch all of them. I could name drop them all, and they all just grab right there.
All right, so he likes solids. I do not object based on what I'm seeing on the table here. This is going to be the trickiest move right here. If he shoots that 4 and bumps into the 3.
I think that's a 5 ball.
Was it a 5 ball? I can't tell.
For anybody that watches Ultimate Pool, you got Kobe Japp out of Montana right there. He's a little over 700 Fargo player. Super nice guy.
Shane's got a pretty tricky layout here. I'm just curious to see, like, the natural angle of cutting the 1 into the side, I guess, puts him on the, you said it was the 5 ball.
Yep.
And is that the 7 ball next to the side pocket, or is that the 3?
No, I'm pretty sure that's
okay. because those two remaining solids become very tricky as well because of where the 8-ball's at.
Right.
So, because I would assume here he's going to play the 5 and get position on the 7, which means he has to use the 2. I believe that's the 2 ball,
yeah,
to get on his 8-ball, and the 8-ball's in a very tricky spot. It's blocked in almost 4 different directions, and it looks like it might go to the pocket that he's shooting the 5 now, or into the side pocket. But getting into any one of those position zones from the 2 ball is going to be really tough.
You know, you're talking about his mannerisms. I just love watching how absolute butter smooth these guys shoot. Like, everything is so half power than what we do, and they get so much action out of it. It's so controlled.
You're gonna draw back so he can play the 8 in the corner. That's what he did.
Yes, sir.
Nice smooth stroke. Wow. And there's no risk here. All he has to do is just worry about making the ball,
which comes pretty natural. 1-1 answered with his own table run. But again, watch his break.
He did a nice pop and squat on the last one.
Got a little to the side, but same thing. Ton of topping is just holds. Looks like it made...
Solids look really good to me right here. You just start with a combination, and then everything's golden after that.
But even like how soft he hit that to hold that 3 or 7, whatever that is.
Nice spin move there.
See, I like taking the 6 there and then hold for the 2.
You got, it's 2, 4, 1, 6, 8. That's where the difference is, because you can see the maneuvering now. It's almost stop shot, stop shot, stop shot.
Yeah.
Might just do a gentle roll here. No, never mind. He kind of stunned it.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, like very minimal cue ball movement, which is typical of what you would want to see in 8-ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, left himself straight on that too.
Yep. So whereas, can you actually go back to where you said you would have played the 6 instead? Because just to give you an idea of what I was talking about, because you can see here, it sounded like to me that you said you would play the 6 now and hold for the 2, which means you're going to go 2, 4, 1, 8.
Yeah, it might be more. It might be more cut on that 6 than I was thinking, but yeah.
Because if you look at it now, like, this is just so other people can understand, there's nothing particularly wrong with what you're saying. Just look at the maneuver you have to do from the 1 to the 8 versus the maneuvering he had to do from the 6 to the 8 because of the order that he did. That's really the distinction between here. I mean, hell, you could start with the 7 ball on the side if you want to. We can see how the 7 kind of rolls up to give you the 2 in the opposite side. The 2 will lead you to the 6, and then the 6 will lead you back to the 1. But you still have a lot of movement as you come towards the end.
Right.
But since he went ahead and started with the 2, and the 2 led naturally to the 7 led naturally to the 1 led to the 6, and the 6 led to the 8.
Yeah.
There was nothing he had to do. I'd be surprised if there was any side spin in any of his shots.
I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he was like somewhere near middle ball, and probably just maybe when he shot that 1 ball, I think he had probably just a hint of draw, so he can kind of just stun off the rail.
Yeah.
So that's the distinguishing difference, and to where, like, when you have layouts like this and you can spot that type of pattern, then the run out becomes very easy.
Sure. But regardless, clean, good break and run.
Yeah, are you going to answer back with the same thing? That'd be cool.
That would be amazing. And no 8 on the break is not a win.
I do like how since it's the 8 on the spot and you're doing the second ball break, I do like how you're actually getting like a decent spread. It's unfortunate that you've broken dry twice.
Yeah.
Anybody that plays 8-ball knows that if you do a second ball break, typically the balls will go to one side and then they'll shift over to the other side, and there'll be just giant clusters of balls along the rails. And I guess moving the 8 on the spot kind of changes that a little bit.
It does. It breaks very, very different.
Hey, Shane likes stripes here, and I happen to agree. I don't like the I think that's the 3 ball there next to the side pocket.
Yeah. Looks thin for the 11 into that top middle, but I mean, that's the closest thing to a trouble ball he has, so. And this is right here why we don't have a shot clock. You know, in league pool, you have somebody, a neutral party, restarting the shot clock, stopping it for when you need to pause the game. You don't really have that when you got 6 matches right here, you know.
I mean, not with that attitude.
Hey, I've talked to him. I was like, you guys get some juniors and some volunteers, put a helper at every table just to sit there and record, but the clocks, it would help, but too many logistics and people bickering over a neutral party, thinking, you know, it's not biased or whatever. Speaking of, I think he left himself that 11, because I don't think you can see enough of the 12.
I'm trying to predict what I think his pattern is going to be, following the same exact principle, to where I believe. Oh, never mind. He did not do this on purpose. Then he did not get the position he was looking for.
If I remember correct, he made a comment right there about the speed of the table was running a little slow.
Ah, okay. So you've got your work cut out for you, and so the basic strat, or the first question you should be asking yourself when you came to this table is, are you going to run the table?
Right.
And if the answer is no, well, where are you planning on stopping? You got 2 trouble spots. I see the 1 and the 4 tied up, and then your 3 ball's kind of tricky as well.
Right.
Can you make a ball and play safe?
No, because it's slot ball, so just making a ball period counts as a pot. So you got to keep shooting.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I actually kind of wish you would have made that 7 ball a little softer. The breakout is fine, but notice how you broke out and created more trouble.
Yeah.
Versus doing a gradual breakout, to where since you're doing a gradual breakout, you would hope that the 2 balls that are being moved are the balls that you could shoot at.
You're gonna like this shot.
Oh, you're right. Especially with the way they handled that 3 ball. That was well done.
I remember that one. That was well executed with some straight left, just to move that 3 and make it makeable, essentially. But even right there, you see how my shot was so much softer than I have before. And that's one thing I was learning and watching, is you don't need a ton of power to move these balls. So
nope, not at all. I would not hold it against you if you shot the 6 ball now and go 2 rails to shoot the 1 in the same pocket, 2 in the opposite corner, which leads you to the 8. Even 1, I think you can even 1 rail this, but the 2 railer is kind of natural. There's the 2 rails right there. That one you probably hit a little heavy-handed.
I did,
but that's okay. That's okay. This is the difference between, if you'd have gotten position on the 1, the position you have on the 2 right now, I think is perfect, right? Because you kind of do a stun draw, and then you're on the 8 and you're golden. But if you're not comfortable shooting the 1 now to try to get back where you are, now you're forced to draw off of the 2 ball to get position on the 1 ball, which is just riskier.
Yeah,
it's doable. It's clearly doable. It's just riskier. This looks really good. Here you can center ball, just come off the short rail right towards the 8 ball.
Yep.
Kind of like
I
that.
tried not to put any spin on it, not trying to overcomplicate or just keep it simple.
Yep. Dude, nicely done. Wow.
2-2.
So really good recovery on that one there.
Thank you. I got lucky. He kind of hooked himself.
Yeah.
Look at that popping squat though.
Dry break though.
Yeah, this table was breaking real tough. So this table was actually right up in the front of the bar where my other matches are on the back side of the bar. And this table was running a little slower, wasn't breaking as well. The tables in back were very different.
I did not like that opener. Just in case you don't run out. Let's see here, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
Because the only ball I'm looking at right now that concerns me, I think that's the 11 ball.
Okay.
Let's see what you do with it.
Little underhit on that one.
Okay, I believe this is going into the side pocket. Yep. Okay, we're bumping into balls. I don't think we're bumping into balls that we don't need to be bumping into balls. So that becomes a little risky. So this almost goes to my point right here. If you manage to get out here, this is great. But I'm concerned about the amount of work that we're putting into this. I'm still staring at that 11 ball.
Right.
What are we gonna do here? Does it go past?
Ooh, look at that. Yes, it does. Just
then
barely.
Never mind.
Just barely, but it does go.
Never mind then. Because I thought that that 3 ball blocked it.
It's real close. But I mean,
nicely done then. Oh man, that was such a great pattern. Well, I say great pattern, but you had a bump. You had a bump, and that bump is what made everything easy. And was that bump intentional?
No, actually, the ball before that, leading to the 15, I understroked just a little bit. So I just rolled the 15, and the cue ball did go straight into scratch on the break. But yeah, no, I underhit the ball before, so when I made the 15, I thought I could roll underneath the 13, but I just barely gave it that love bump. Was not intentional, but still, I knew it still went the side because I didn't hit the.
Because like the first ball that you shot at, if I were to believe that that 11 ball was actually blocked almost everywhere, not knowing that it actually had a free path to the corner pocket. The reason why I didn't like you shooting that first shot is because you opened a lane for one of his solids.
Oh,
right. So I'm already thinking like, well, if that 11 ball is trapped, that's your priority ball. And when you made your opening shot, I didn't see where there was like you're making that what I thought was the trouble ball the priority. And then lo and behold, there was no trouble ball. So you can pretty much disregard everything I was thinking there.
So I scratched on the break. It is in the kitchen, but you can shoot in the kitchen. That is a variant rule to, like, say, APA.
Interesting. I'll just leave it at that.
Immediately went for the breakout on the 7.
Can you replay that, please?
Sure.
Okay, I got it now. I was just curious. He's got the 4 ball as a backup, and now it's the same question. Does the 7 ball pass that 13? I can't tell. I think
it does.
But I want to fall for the same trap that I fell for in the last rack, because otherwise that was a magnificent breakout here. 7-6-1 6-1 combo.
Yep.
the six, 1, and the 5, they're all going to go into the same pocket.
The only thing I can't remember is if the 8-ball does it clear the top left or the top middle? I don't think it does.
It doesn't look like it to me.
Right.
If I had to guess that these last 4 balls are all going in the same pocket. If I had to guess. That was less than desirable, but should be doable.
Yeah, I think it's just a little slide.
Okay, so far so good. Like I said, if the 8-ball goes in the same pocket, I called it.
Yeah.
He's got the angle. If he wants to try to slide underneath it, or I don't know if he's going to try to go to the short rail and go in between those stripes.
Yeah. Would you not try to hold it and just take the long shot on the 8 to the top left?
No.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. That's what he was trying. That is what he was trying. All 4 of those balls were going to go into the same pocket.
Yep.
Because to answer your question as to why, it's because the cue ball is naturally heading towards that. So to try to fall straight or straightish on the 8-ball, I think would have been very difficult. So if you go to his next to last shot, right? So if you were to just roll this ball, we can see how the cue ball is basically going to start heading towards the middle diamond of the short rail.
Yeah.
And so in order to stop on a dime for a relatively straight shot for the 8 in the opposite corner that you're talking about, very, very precise hit, very, as far as I'm concerned, very, very easy to underdo it as well as overdo it.
Sure.
Because you're really trying to get the cue ball to stop on a dime after it rolls about almost 2 feet after making contact with the object ball, which I think is very difficult. Here, playing the way he did here, where he was, I guess, attempted to let his stroke out. That's the main thing, is when you can allow your stroke to go and you have a giant target zone that you can just land in.
Yeah.
Right. He just happened. I think he just happened to underhit this one. He could have drawn it all the way over to that stripe. He could have drawn it all the way over to the side rail.
Yeah.
Like there's a massive area he could have landed in where he had some sort of decent shot.
Yeah.
On the 8-ball to go into the same pocket. Whereas to play, in my opinion, to play in the other corner pocket that you're talking about, you have a very small target in order for your cue ball to land in. Though you can do it, but if you underdo it, your shot is so much harder, and then if you overdo it, you're hooked.
Right. So you can see he let's just play
trying
right
to do
here.
Something wild.
Yeah, he was trying to get the carom off of my ball to pot it in the low right.
Oh, okay.
That's why, because it's a fairly thick hit, he hit it with some speed.
All right, you are in control of the match, or this rack here. This is a cool spot to be in. Nicely done. That's what I was saying. Like it is so cool to be in spots like this. I remember as a complete amateur, I'm like, I'm winning. I'm on the 8-ball,
right? Not
realizing that if my opponent is smart enough that can do stuff like this and just kind of just chisel away at the rack, until I later learned about how this is not a spot that you want to be in whatsoever. That's why I said earlier, when you come to the table, can you run the table? And if the answer is no, where do you plan on stopping?
Good kick.
It's a good answer there, and man, it didn't really leave you any good openers there either.
And anyone that watches my channel knows I'm dreading this shot.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see why you just didn't play safe with the what is that, the 11 down there?
Yeah.
But that was a good clean shot.
Because it wasn't a combo, but it didn't have a lot of margin of error. So I was like, I mean, I'm up 3-2. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I'm as close to dead stroke as I can be. And I was like, let's get out. I opened up my problem. Let's go. Let's go to work.
This is looking good. 13, 11, 9, 8. And what, the 9 and the 8 are possibly going into the same side pocket?
Little overall. I would like a
Nope,
little bit more angle
there's-
just to.
You don't even need an angle. Just stop the cue ball, roll the 9 into the side, and the 8 goes in the side as well. Yeah, you stop the cue ball, like I said.
Yeah.
And even if you over roll this 9 ball, the 8 goes into the corner pocket.
Yeah.
Like looks like you're gonna try to stun it though. Yeah, like either one. Like,
Yeah, because I think a rolling ball was going to run into the 8 from the
Okay.
angle. That's why I figured let's just stun off, and it was a close enough ball.
ooh,
Little.
kind of went around the point. That was
Yeah.
kind of funny to watch.
4-2. I'm on the hill. That time we went a little bit on the right side of center.
Oh,
like
at
it made
least
it
y'all
solid.
share dry breaks.
No, never mind. Dry, yeah. Thought I saw a ball drop.
And solids has to be the pick here.
Yeah.
Just that your opener kind of sucks either way.
Right?
The 5 in the side is no good because it doesn't really lead you to anything. This shot here is no good because you have to really like spin the cue ball somewhere. All right, like did that like does the 4 ball go, or do you have to play a combo?
I think it's a combo.
I said no real good solid opener there.
Mm-mm.
And you're fortunate that the 5 didn't trouble itself. It goes in the side since you bumped into it. Whoops.
Terrible. He's got a couple troubles though. I think it's the 11 by the 6 maybe. Got to figure out shape. Got to shape it well.
That part there, I don't think it's gonna bother him. Like, especially if he shoots this stripe that's on the rail right now, he's either moving his ball or he's moving your 6.
Yeah. Or both.
Yeah,
Didn't really put it in the best of spots, but
I do agree because I think now the 3 ball is blocking his ball.
mm-hmm.
However, he can shoot. Oh, he's gonna do this. All right, don't necessarily agree with that. Go back. And I'm not saying that like I'm somebody special or whatever, because this guy is clearly a better player than me. And again, I'm looking at this camera angle, and I guess maybe the 6 blocks the view to the 10 ball.
Yeah, it must.
Because I'd be shooting the 10
Yes.
if I could, and then run into that solid, and then I've got the 9. I've got those 3 stripes right there. But
Right.
like I said, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt that he can't see that ball because of the 6 ball. This is not ideal. Let's see how he's gonna deal with it. He's gonna run into stuff. Run into some more stuff.
Now he moves it out of his way.
This is tough. All you can do is just roll this ball in and take that stripe in the side next.
He's looking at
Or
it
if he-
like it might go to the corner.
Yeah, if he can help it and goes to the corner. The hard part really is trying to get flat on the ball that's on the rail.
Yeah.
Because that's the ball that's going to lead you to the 8 ball.
Yeah, it went by.
Unless he's going to decide to take it now. He could, if he decided to, because I would think that the cue ball has to take short side position on the 8 ball, and he's going to shoot the 8 ball into the pocket that he's about to shoot this ball in. Oh, maybe not. Not with that angle.
I think he's got a little bit of angle.
Okay, so he did. Like I said, short side position on the 8-ball to go into the opposite corner pocket.
Yeah, I remember watching this thinking that the 5 was in the way. And he just proved me no. No, it's not.
Nice. What an out.
I mean, beautiful out.
So what's got you switching back and forth? I saw you do you did 2 dry breaks and then you switched to a center table break and scratched, and now you're back to doing this break again.
I think it was because I was dry breaking that I was like, okay, he's not dry, he didn't dry break early, so I was like, let's try it. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm on the hill. Go back to what you know. Do what you know.
Well, at least this one wasn't dry.
No.
Same scenario though, where it's like you don't have a good starter.
Right.
Like an open table, you can shoot at anything you want, right? But there's still no decent starter.
Yeah. And in Ultimate Pool, there is no dirty combo, so you can't shoot a solid into a stripe.
Oh, even on an open table?
Even open table.
Oh wow.
Got it.
Yeah,
now you can shoot stripe,
things.
solid stripe, but you whatever you hit is what you have to make.
Good cut. But whatever ball gets hit first,
You have to make that.
whatever that ball that set needs to be at the end of the combo.
Correct.
Okay, nicely done. This looks good. Since you nailed that first shot, the rest of this looks pretty good. Okay, loving the prep work.
Might be bullheaded, but I'm learning. Contemplating my pattern. You can see my brain. The gears are turning.
Yep. Hopefully that cue ball's not going to move a whole lot. That will be that'll show that you picked a pretty good pattern if your cue ball doesn't move all that much. Okay, that was the only solid move that is needed here. This is kind of a pinch draw. There's that. I'd be curious if you can just bump into that 2 ball and then you've got the 8 in the side. Oh, but you're going to try to stun past it. Oh, never mind. Straight in shot it. I did not see that.
Straight.
Okay. Nicely done. Is this for the win?
This is.
Don't blow it.
You got to make it, though.
What a shot, dude. Wow.
Break and run to
Nicely
finish.
Done. Holy cow. That was amazing. Sometimes you got to give me better camera angles so that way I can see the layouts a little bit better.
Right? Yeah. I'll work on getting a second camera. So, I'm not gonna lie. I congratulate Shane. It was a great match. And then I went over to a friend of mine watching, and Michelle was watching. I was through the moon. I was absolutely dumbfounded that I actually did it. I actually pulled it off and I won. So I mean, what do you think, Chris? What's your post-match breakdown?
Well, like I said, I thought like both of y'all were doing like everything that I would normally want to do, to where you're trying to minimize the movement of your cue ball. Completely different than when we're playing 9-ball.
Yeah.
Because in 9-ball, since we're chasing the balls in numerical order, typically your cue ball has to move a lot. It goes from one end of the table to the other, from one side of the table to the other, because you're always chasing after the next sequential ball.
Sure.
Well, here in 8-ball, when you've got a set of balls that you can shoot at in any particular order, every once in a while you'll have like what I would call like a 9-ball move, or as Drew Von Port says, the move angle versus the hold angle.
Yep.
Right. And in 8-ball, the more hold angles that you actually shoot, the higher percentage that your run's just going to be, because your cue ball's not moving a whole lot. There's no fear of scratching. Like
Right.
there's really absolutely nothing to worry about. And that's exactly what both of y'all portrayed. You just happen to portray it a little bit better. So to win 5-3, which I think is amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I really felt like that was the best I've ever shot. It was a big feather in my cap when it comes to pool. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate you coming on, and everybody watching. Thank you so much. All right. So how about that match? Be honest with me. How many of you guys thought I even had that in me? Because I'll be honest, I did not. It was one of those matches I, without a doubt, went into knowing I was going to get my butt kicked. There was no way I had a chance. And I just wanted to do my best. No expectations. When you think you're going to lose, who cares? It's all uphill from here. And you know what? I don't even know what to say. I still don't know what to say after watching that. But now, in terms of the KC Open, the way that works, this was the end of the round robin. So as you can see here, this is the final score of all the matches and where everybody landed. So out of 6 people, bottom 3 move to a second chance single elimination tournament. And the top 3, which I just squeaked in, and I did end up making the top, so I get to move on to the bigger single elimination tournament, albeit not the top 64, start out of the top 96, and I got my first match, so that will be my next video. You're going to want to stick around. It's another doozy, but it's a great event. If you guys haven't done an Ultimate Pool Open event, find one anywhere within some kind of distance to you that you're willing to travel. Get there, do it, no questions. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I sure did. Thank you, most importantly, to Lil Chris. Thank you so much for coming on and commentating with me. That was a blast, as always. And thank you to Shane. Super nice guy, respectable through the whole thing. And you know what? Thank you to all of you. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give me all that good stuff. And we're going to come back. We've got more from the Kansas City Open. Let's just